I cannot believe what's happening in Ashbourne right now. Commanders fans. First, we have a veteran fighting for their professional life, while a 7th-round rookie is stealing the spotlight. Second, our head coach Dan Quinn just revealed something about our new star acquisition that's going to blow our minds. And third, there's a second-year linebacker who might become the defensive piece we desperately need to be champions. If you thought this offseason was over, you're completely wrong. Stick around till the end because I guarantee these news will change everything you thought you knew about this team. I tell you this, after years of watching this team swap players like poker cards, we finally have a situation where internal competition is creating something beautiful. Jeremy McNichols, that 7-year veteran who had the best season of his career last year with 261 yards and 4 touchdowns, is now shaking because a 7th-round rookie named Jakery Crosky-Merritt is coming in like a hurricane. Do you remember when we thought McNichols had found his home in Washington? I believe that after giving him that 1-year extension, the organization was giving him security. But it turns out it was the opposite. Adam Peters and Dan Quinn are seeing something in this Crosky-Merritt that's getting them completely excited. Now, let me explain exactly why this situation is so fascinating and so dangerous for McNichols. Last season, McNichols recorded 55 carries, which was a personal record. It seemed he had finally found his niche as the reliable third running back behind Brian Robinson Jr. and Austin Eckler. But here's the problem. In the NFL, especially in the backfield, age is your worst enemy. McNichols is 27 years old and has played for 5 different teams: Arizona Cardinals, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tennessee Titans, Las Vegas Raiders, and now Washington. Do you know what that means in NFL language? It means you're a journeyman, a player who has never managed to establish themselves permanently anywhere. And when journeymen reach 27, the clock starts ticking faster. But here's the wild part. This Jakery Crosky-Merritt isn't acting like a 7th-round pick. Reports are that his cuts are sharp, his overall speed is impressing the coaches, and he has that strong mindset you look for in an NFL running back. I tell you, when a rookie comes in with that attitude, veterans better prepare for war. And don't forget Chris Rodriguez Jr., who's also in the mix. Rodriguez was an undrafted free agent who managed to stay on the roster last year and is now fighting for more opportunities. Imagine the pressure McNichols must be feeling. He has a hungry rookie on one side and another young veteran on the other, all competing for a position that traditionally has been for only 1 or 2 players. Douglas Fritz from Clutch Points was brutally honest when he said, "It's going to be tough for McNichols to earn an 8th season in the NFL unless he hooks up with another team if the Commanders decide to go in another direction." That's real talk, folks. In the NFL, there are no feelings, only production and potential. But here's my deeper analysis. Why are the Commanders willing to bet on youth over experience? I believe it has to do with Dan Quinn and Adam Peters' philosophy. They want to build a young, hungry team that can grow together for years. McNichols may be solid now, but what will happen in 2 or 3 years? Crosky-Merritt and Rodriguez, on the other hand, are just starting their careers. And here's the mathematical reality many fans don't understand. If the Commanders only keep 3 running backs on the 53-player roster and Brian Robinson Jr. and Austin Eckler are untouchable, then there's literally only 1 position available. 1 position for 3 players. It's a battle to the death, and whoever doesn't produce goes home. But do you know what's most interesting about all this? The presence of Deebo Samuel complicates things even more. Samuel can line up in the backfield, can receive handoffs, can do those jet sweeps that Cliff Kingsbury loves so much. That means maybe the Commanders don't even need 4 traditional running backs because Samuel can fill some of those hybrid roles. I believe McNichols has a chance, but he'll have to show something he hasn't shown in 7 years, that he can be irreplaceable. Not just solid, not just reliable, but irreplaceable. Because Crosky-Merritt comes with hunger, with youth, and without the baggage of bouncing around 5 different teams. This competition has me excited because we finally have an organization that doesn't give away positions based on veteran status or contracts. If you're better, you play. If you don't produce, you leave. That's how winning teams are built. If that surprises you, wait to hear what Dan Quinn just revealed about our new offensive star that's going to change this team's entire passing game. Do you remember when many fans looked at the trade for Deebo Samuel with skepticism? I remember all those comments perfectly. He's on the decline. He's not the same. It was a bad investment. The 49ers got rid of him for something. I told you at the time to calm down, that Adam Peters knew exactly what he was doing. And it turns out he was right. Dan Quinn, our head coach, just confessed something that has me completely euphoric and reveals exactly why this trade will be remembered as one of the best decisions of this new administration. It turns out that during all those years as the Cowboys' defensive coordinator, Quinn spent designing game plans specifically to stop Samuel. And do you know what he discovered when he saw him train for the first time in Ashbourne? That he had completely forgotten how unbelievably fast this man is. At some point along the way, I forgot until I saw him out here how fast he is, said Quinn. Nitrogen monoxide way. How does one forget the speed of a player who caused you nightmares for years? I tell you how. Because when you're on the other side of the field, you only see the stats and the highlights. But when you have him on your team, you see the raw reality of the talent you have in front of you. But let me delve into why this is so significant. Quinn is not just any coach speaking out of ignorance. This is a defensive coordinator who for years had to devise specific strategies to neutralize Samuel. Imagine the nights he stayed up watching film, trying to find weaknesses, developing special coverages, all to stop a single player. And here's what really blows my mind. Samuel registered 171 yards on just 16 touches against Quinn's defenses in 2 games. That's more than 10 yards per touch. Do you realize how insane that is? For a defensive coordinator, those are the numbers that keep you up at night. Now I ask you this. Did you know that Samuel has broken 78 tackles in his career, turning them into 3,594 yards after contact? Those numbers are out of this world. But it's not just the speed. It's the lethal combination of attributes this man has. 6 feet tall, 215 pounds of pure muscle, and that unique ability to accelerate after contact. His time of 4.48 seconds in the 40-yard dash at the 2019 Combine may not be the fastest among receivers, but combined with his physicality and football intelligence, we're talking about a nightmare for any defensive back. And Quinn confirmed it when he specifically remembered a play. I remember once he just peeled away from someone on the field on a deep ball and thought, yes, I forgot about that. That's burgundy and gold, baby. When your own head coach, who designed defenses specifically to stop him, is left speechless by your explosive speed, you know we're dealing with something truly special. But here's the part that has me most excited. The connection with Cliff Kingsbury. Kingsbury had already expressed his excitement to work with Samuel after facing him for years. He has a natural feel for things while figuring out this offense. But I couldn't be more excited having seen this up close and personal over those years to finally be able to work with him. Do you understand what this means? We have an offensive coordinator who already knows exactly Samuel's strengths. Now he has the creative freedom to design plays specifically to maximize those abilities. He no longer has to wonder how to stop Samuel. Now he can wonder how to create the best opportunities for him. And let's talk about versatility, because that's what truly separates Samuel from other receivers. This man can line up as an X-receiver, as a slot, can run from the backfield, can do jet sweeps, reverses, screens. Kingsbury literally has a complete arsenal of options with Samuel on the field. During the mandatory minicamp, fans got a small preview when a video on social media showed Samuel dodging defenders and running for a touchdown. But it was another play that really impacted Quinn, that deep ball where Samuel just peeled away from coverage. I believe what many fans don't understand is that Samuel was never in decline. What happened in San Francisco last year was a combination of factors: injuries, chemistry with quarterbacks, and perhaps some complacency after years of success. But the talent never disappeared. It was just waiting for the right environment to shine again. And that right environment is exactly what we have here in Washington. We have Jaden Daniels, a young and mobile quarterback who can extend plays and give Samuel time to use his speed. We have Kingsbury, a creative play caller who knows how to use versatile receivers. And we have Quinn, who after years of trying to stop him, can now help maximize his impact. This revelation from Quinn is not just a fun anecdote. It's the confirmation that we made the right trade at the right time. While the Eagles continue to depend on a Jay Brown as their only true threat, and the Giants have no receiver that truly scares, we have a player that makes rival head coaches lose sleep designing special defenses. But that's nothing compared to what's happening in our defense, where a young player is about to become the piece we've been missing to completely dominate the NFC East. Commanders fans, get ready because this is historic. Nikki Jadvala from the Washington Post just dropped a bomb that has me trembling with excitement and could completely change the defensive landscape of this team. Jordan McGee, that second year linebacker we barely saw last year due to injuries, is about to make a leap that could turn him into the heart of our defense for the next 8 to 10 years. After years of suffering with inconsistent defenses, after seeing how other teams in the NFC East dominated us with their star linebackers, we finally have the chance to have our own beast in that position. Do you remember how frustrating it was to see Micah Parsons destroy our plays while we had no response? Do you remember how Saquon Barkley ran over us because we didn't have linebackers who could tackle an open space? Jordan McGee has a chance to make a huge jump, said Jadvala on 106.7 The Fan. Partly because he played so few defensive snaps last season with injuries and all that. And he's getting a lot of reps because Bobby Wagner doesn't need these minicamp reps, and he looks more confident out there. I tell you this, when an experienced reporter like Nikki sees that confidence in a young player, it's because something real is happening. And when Dan Quinn and Adam Peters are excited about a player, as the report says, we're dealing with something truly special. But let me explain exactly why this situation is so crucial for the future of this team. McGee was selected with the pick 139 in the 5th round of the 2024 draft, but injuries limited his participation to just 8 games. For a rookie, especially a linebacker who needs time to adapt to the speed and complexity of the NFL, that lack of experience could have been devastating. But here comes the interesting part. Instead of setting him back, it seems to have given him time to study, to understand the system, and to come into the season completely prepared. Now I ask you, did you know that in his last season at Temple University, McGee recorded 80 total tackles, 14 of them for loss of yardage? But here's what really blows my mind. He also had 3.5 sacks and 4 passes deflected. That's pure versatility. In modern football, you need linebackers who can do it all. Stop the run, cover receivers, and when necessary, rush the quarterback. And do you know why this is so important for us specifically? Because Bobby Wagner, as veteran and experienced, as he is 34 years old. In linebacker terms, that's practically ancient. We need someone to take that torch. Someone who understands Dan Quinn's system from the inside. Someone who can grow with this team and become the defensive leader we need. But here's the deeper analysis that many aren't seeing. The opportunity McGee has now is unique. With Wagner taking it easy during minicamp reps, McGee is receiving first-class snaps with the starting defense. That means he's working directly with Darren Payne, Jonathan Allen, and the rest of the veterans. He's learning not just the playbook, but the chemistry, the timing, the communication needed to be successful in the NFL. I believe McGee represents exactly the kind of player this new administration wants to build. Young, hungry, versatile, and fully committed to the culture we're creating. While the Cowboys continue to rely on expensive veterans like Micah Parsons, who will eventually want huge contracts, and the Giants have no idea what to do at linebacker. We're developing our own homegrown star, and let's talk about what it means to have a linebacker who can do it all in Dan Quinn's system. Quinn comes from working with linebackers like Roquan Smith in Atlanta and Leighton Vander Esch in Dallas. He knows exactly what to look for in the position, and the fact that he's excited about McGee tells us he sees those same qualities. The reality is this: if McGee can stay healthy and make that leap we all expect, our defense could go from good to dominant. Can you imagine having a linebacker who can cover tight ends like Travis Kelce, who can follow running backs like Christian McCaffrey in coverage, and who can also come in on blitz and pressure quarterbacks like Josh Allen? But here's what really excites me. McGee is at the perfect moment of his development. He has a year of experience in the system. He's seen the speed of the professional game, but he still has that rookie hunger, that need to prove he belongs. That combination of experience and hunger is exactly what creates stars in the NFL. And don't forget the broader context. We have a defense that already showed brilliant flashes last year, but needed that central piece at linebacker. If McGee can be that piece, if he can become the quarterback of the defense that communicates the plays and keeps everyone in the right position, then we have a unit that can compete with anyone in the NFC. The fact that Quinn and Peters are excited is no coincidence. These are professional evaluators who have seen thousands of players. When they get excited about someone, especially a young linebacker, it's because they see something special. They see the combination of athleticism, football intelligence, and instincts that cannot be taught. But here's my most important question. Are you ready to see a Commanders linebacker become the kind of player other teams have to specifically plan to stop? Are you ready to have our own Micah Parsons, but better because he's ours? I believe McGee has all the tools to become that star. He has the athleticism, he has the versatility, he has the right coaching, and now he has the opportunity. The only thing left is for him to stay healthy and make the most of every repetition he gets. Full recap. We have a veteran fighting to survive against hungry youth. We have an offensive star who is even more explosive than we thought. And we have a young linebacker who could be the final piece of our defensive puzzle. Do you see the pattern here? This organization is finally building something real, something lasting, something that will make us compete not only this season, but for the next decade. Jeremy McNichols' situation battling against Jakery Krosky-Merritt shows use that we no longer give away positions based on veteran status or sentimentality. If you produce, you play. If not, you leave. This competitive mindset is going to elevate the level of the entire roster. Deebo Samuel demonstrating that he's still a beast confirms that Adam Peters doesn't miss with his moves. When you have your own head coach admitting he forgot how fast, your new acquisition is, you know you have pure gold in your hands. And Jordan McGee, preparing to be a star, tells us that the future of this defense is not only in good hands, but that we might have something truly special developing before our eyes. This is not just another off-season, folks. This is the moment a franchise transforms from contender to real competitor. While other teams in our division are dealing with expensive veteran problems, problematic contracts, and lack of depth, we're building from the ground up with the right mentality. I guarantee we'll have more explosive news tomorrow because this organization doesn't stop moving. Every day brings a new confirmation that we are in the right hands, with the right people making the right decisions. Do you think McNichols will be able to hold his position against the relentless pressure from rookie Krosky-Merritt? Do you believe Samuel will silence forever all the critics who doubted the trade? Do you have confidence that McGee can become the dominant linebacker we've been waiting for years? If you think this internal competition will make the whole team better, subscribe. If you think we finally have the right management leading this franchise, and let me know in the comments, which of these three news excites you most for the upcoming season? Because you can't miss what's coming. Every day brings new evidence that something special is building in Ashbourne. This burgundy and gold family is growing every day, and I want you to be part of every historical moment we're living. Join this community that lives and breathes Washington. Commanders 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and remember, hail to the Commanders.